Hello and welcome again. This is our fifth class. Yeah. Hi, my name is Pedro, and I'm your animation teacher. I've been an animator for over 20 years, and I've been teaching animation for almost 10. So yeah, we're gonna be learning the art of animation. Uh, this is gonna be the fifth class. You just check the channel. You do them at your own pace. I recommend you go from the first one, which is the bouncing ball, bowling ball, then a blade of grass, then flour sack. No, this is the fourth one. This is the fourth class. And today we're doing the first class in involving a character, and it's called the diver and board. So, in order to achieve this exercise, you need to is this software of your preferences? Of your preference, I'm using Open Tunes right now, uh, and you need to design your character to cater to what we're doing. So, since this is the first time we're using a character, I want you to allow uh, allow function to determine the form of your character. So, your character needs to jump, right? So, coming from our prior exercises, a jump would be the line of action of a jump would be uh, a line that looks like this, right? It jumps and goes down, right? And then if it's on a diver, like maybe you wanted to jump a couple of times on the board, so your line of action would do something like this, like jumping two to three times up and down, and then progressing down to the to the water. Or the thing is, like he has to jump. It doesn't have to be into water. This is animation, so you're allowed to be creative, right? So, but normally it's a pool, unless you want your character to suffer injuries. Like, I don't know. I'm not gonna go there, but yeah, basically this is what you need to do. So this is your line of action. For the design of your characters, is we're tackling the first characters for the first time. I would advise that you use a very simple design, just something that looks like this. I've animated an example for the class, but and it's a little bit more complicated because I wanted to tell a story with the jump, right? But if you're doing it for the first time, do it with a character that's simple, something like that looks like this. No, nothing too complicated. Let's add a little shadow here. And why a simple character is right now we're gonna get introduced to the concept of a pose sheet. So a pose sheet is basically a sheet of paper or a canvas on your software. So you will practice the different positions you see your character, uh, the positions your character will take throughout the jump from the board. So, for example, like maybe he is doing an Olympic jump. So his initial pose would look something like this, right? Or maybe with the arms up. So yeah, so use a like very simple lines and try to find the line of action of the pose. Live drawing really helps you here. So if you have like access to live drawing classes, it would be cool for you to complement the animation classes with live drawing. There's websites that will teach you how to live drawing. Like I'll recommend like the John Vilpo Institute. You have to pay there. There's also apps you can find on live drawing. So that way you can like learn how to capture the human body in motion, right? So depending on what you see your character doing, Maybe he's belly flopping, right? Or doing like a perfect, like no splash Olympic dive, right? Maybe you want him to, I don't know, do a somersault in the air as he jumps. So he will arc his, he will jump, right? And then he will bring his knees up. So you see, I'm drawing these poses from memory, but it's always good for you to look for references. So maybe look for videos from the Olympics so you can see like diving, uh, the diving competition, so you can like search for poses, right? So just remember, just practicing different positions. Maybe you want to spin like a corkscrew. So no, so different things, right? So once you get your whole pose sheet and like you plan your jump, you should do your layout, and your layout should look something like this. For example, in your layout, you're gonna be doing okay. So I want a pool, and I'm doing it like very like fast and rough, but you can like draw it in with perfect perspective, and you can take your time to do it. This is just like as a matter of an explanation. So maybe you do like a platform. You got like the little support. You don't want to fall. You'll need a diving board. Something that looks like this. Maybe like a horizon line, or maybe you do like a little stadium. Like just really rough. You can be more like get more details on it, right? Like people and whatnot, just insinuating the people, maybe some trees back here. So now you populated your layout, right? Let's put here. This is a layout, right? So and then you get your character. It can be closer, it can be farther. Like it all depends on what you have in mind when you're uh so now you have to think about the levels you need, right? So we have the diver, that's one level, right? And that you'll see it on this side, right? On this side of the screen, you have your levels. All this, you see, I don't know if you can see it, like it's really small. You have like background, board, character. This is like, and this is the column four will be like the water. So basically, what you need to define here in your layout is like, okay, I need a level for the diver. I need the I need a level for the board. Why am I saying I need a level for the board and the diver? These are elements that are gonna animate. Even though the board is a part of the background, if it's gonna move, then you'll have to repeat the background over and over again. So you need the background on a separate level, and the things that are gonna animate are gonna be on another level. So that's how you plan your X sheet before you start animating anything. You do your layout, and you see, you have a background, you have a diver, and you have a board, and you have a water level. Let's not do it childishly, like, and you have a water level. where our character is gonna do the diving. So now that you have that, you have your pose sheet. You start. Remember on the flour sack, I taught you the. Let me make another level. We made. I taught you how to do charts, right? Like the animation chart would be okay. So he's gonna jump. Let's say I want to make him jump twice on the board and then another time. So remember in the bouncing ball, the spacing and timing. The 24 frames is the constant. The spacing would be the space between drawings. You're gonna have a build up as he takes impulse to jump. So just see, begins to jump. So it's gonna look something like this. We got drawing A, which would be the idle position, and then the build up. So from the idle position, which would be something like this, like he's ready to start the jump, to the crouching. Okay, if I remember how to spell, which would be something that looks something like this. As he's getting like the energy to jump. I want to see more positions that look like the crouch, right? So that would be, maybe we can do it in 4 drawings. So let's say middle position, right? So you got A to B. So you got 5 drawings from A to B. So that will be, and normally it would be something that looks like this. Drawing 1. Let's turn on the onion skin so you can see it. We got drawing 1. You see, the second drawing would be a halfway between the idle and the crouching. So it would be something that looks more like this. Okay. Normally I don't work with the onion skin on all the time because I mean it makes your animation stiff. But this is just as a matter of explaining what we're doing. So drawing 3 would be a midway between drawing 2 and drawing 5. So it would be something like around here. Drawing 4. And drawing 5. So very simple, very like rough. It's just for you to like capture what's supposed to happen, and then you see. So that's the thing you should do. You should use to plan around all the instances you see within your animation, right? So one jump one jump in place, second jump in place, third jump in place, right? So let's just say let's use the example I animated for you. So I'm trying to tell a story here, right? So this is more like a mansion. There's like a little lady like with a drink here. We got the board here, and this is our character. So I don't know, like I just wanted to animate like a, I don't know, like a captain of industry enjoying his weekend. So as you see, I have the idle position. As you go down, let me turn off the onion skin. So you see, he prepares. and he jumps up. See? So you get 1, 2, 3, go. And wait, we got the splash of water. I did animate a little bit of a splash of water there. So 1, 2, 3, go. So you see, I took the liberty of creating like a character that will be interesting to see as he's jumping. So his overlapping action elements are his mustache and his man boobs, I guess. His chest. Let's say he has a very over excitable chest. So let me get it closer so you can see what I'm talking about here. So you see, as he grabs momentum, he goes up, down, up, down, up, down, and then again, not very Olympic, more so like a weekend technique of a diving board, like a cannonball. Right? So you get that. So the other element you have to take into consideration in this exercise is animating cycles. And why are we doing cycles here? Because it will make it easier for you. Let me turn this off. It will make it easier for you to control the board as it loses momentum, like loses the energy and goes idle. Like you can animate the whole sequence of the board, like just losing speed until it goes into a standstill, or you can do cycles that will be that will decrease. That way you'll basically it's a time saver. So what I mean by cycle, so your board, you can give it volume, like for example, like something like look like this. Something that looks like this. Or you can do something more simple, more like a plane. It matters not. What you need is this edge here. Let's make another color. This edge here is what would allow you to control the cycles of the board. And what I mean by cycles of the board, that's as he comes in contact. Remember, you're doing the board on another level. As your character comes in contact with the board, he's gonna make the contact. It's gonna make the board react to his weight. So at that level, just try to like choreograph how the board moves. Like, but once he leaves the board, you're gonna get like a very violent movement of the board. You know, like I don't know, it's the clack 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 sound that it makes when like somebody jumps off a board. So that's gonna create a little pendulum action that's gonna look something like this, right? Always going. Right, if you do it with just a plane, same drill. So this is your fixed point here. And you have a little bit of a pendulum action here. So this is how you control the movement of the board. So these are going to be the limits of your first cycle, for example. So then you're going to do a second cycle with a smaller arc. And then you do a smaller arc. How does that look when you're animating? It's very I don't want to say simple, but let's do it with the simple one. So let's turn the onion skin. So we got, let's just say we do it in 5 drawings. So when he leaves the board, it's gonna like move up, right? So let's just say we do one position here. Do another position. Right? Then it will go into the opposite position. I mean, I know there are ways to allow the computer to do this for you, or like software to do this for you, but I believe that it's better for you to do it manually first. So once you jump into another software, uh, you know what to ask of the computer. You know what I mean? It makes you a better animator. Example. So this is the first cycle. So let's say we repeat this. Control CV 4 times. So we got this, right? And I'm animating it on once because it's supposed to be very violent, right? So you got 1, and then the second cycle, let's say, I want to see what it is. Okay. So the second cycle would be like here. And so, okay, so we'll have something over here. That would work. Always like pay attention that you're keeping your anchor point where it should be. You see, it's from 2 to 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So we got 4. So you see, with not that many drawings, you already have. So you see, it started to lose strength. Maybe a little one more. You see, with a few drawings, we're allowing the board to basically. So let's say the extremes are 7 and 10. So these are the extremes. Okay, so let's see. You go here. So you see, I'm reducing the arc as I progress, and that's how you do like a decreasing cycle. So you always check your volumes. So you see how the the board starts like losing energy a bit until you get it to a standstill. Like I'm making it really long as an example, as a matter of like showing you how it's done, but it could be done quicker, like maybe 3 cycles of each until it gets to its standstill. As long as you make the arcs decrease in size from one to the most violent ones to the standstill, you're gonna get the effect, right? So those are the two things. So let's review. Uh, if you when you're engaging in the board and diver exercise, the first thing you need to do is your layout, as always. With any animation you tackle, always do your layout. So do a very basic background. You can always clean it up later, just to check like the perspective, like get the camera in the position you want, right? So we're talking about in this scene, we need to see a board, we need to see the diver, we need to see where he's falling. In this case, it would be a pool. In the case of your scene, like maybe he's diving head first into traffic. Like I don't know what you're trying to do with your animation. Like you're perfectly free to do it. But I mean, I want to keep it family friendly, so he's diving into a pool. And yeah, once you get your layout, you can do your line of action. Your layout just like okay, like maybe he's gonna jump several times up and down, and then go down to the water, right? And you can do like a simple chart. Like I like to do the animation chart elsewhere because it can get very confusing if you do it all at the same time. But let's say like he's gonna do 2 jumps in place, and then like the final jump, right? It's all in the planning. Always plan ahead. Start like looking for the problems that are gonna rise. Remember, you're gonna do your animation chart, but maybe once you're animating, like things might change. You might find something that will tell you like, okay, this is not working. And what lets you know what things are not working is your eyes. Like you see your animation and you see like, oh, there's something weird here. Maybe I need to take out drawings here, or maybe I should like adjust poses. Especially when you do like your overlapping action and follow through. Uh, watch out what your arms are doing. Your arms should have their own line of action. So sometimes you're gonna see like it's going straight to the line of action you delineated, but the movement looks jittery. So look for the line of actions of the hands maybe, or the elbows. Like something's happening in your progression that's making things shake and jitter, and more than likely would be that. So be on the lookout for that. And yeah, just do your pose sheet, right? Do your animation chart, and then proceed to do your animation. In this case, let me just. In this case, I have my my trusty overweight guy. And yeah, I went through the process of doing the poses. He's recoiling and jumping. See how the board, like the inertia of him moving his center of gravity makes the board go up. I found that by watching videos. I found out by watching videos and actually diving myself into a pool. Uh, the the board tends to do that. I'm exaggerating it a bit here, but that's what I felt it does. So he jumps. There's overlapping action with the mustache and the his nipples. Also the arms. So you see how the arms are coming from. Let me to make notations. So you see the hands, how they're coming from the top position. So even though the arm is bent down, the hands are still facing up. That's an element of overlapping action right there. You see? So the elbows come up and the hands finally go down. He pulls up his legs. He comes down. Overlapping action on the different areas here. Oops. Overlapping action in different areas here. Again, always be on the lookout for overlapping action. There's a little bit of squash here with the belly. I know, and sometimes your drawings are gonna look weird. Like this position, this looks like nothing, but in context, it really works. I played a little bit with the perspective of him coming into camera. He's getting a little bit bigger. Stuff like, as I said, keep the first exercise simple, and then if you want to do it again, then challenge yourself. Like maybe he's jumping into the camera, or maybe he's like, I don't know, like that. That's gonna be. It depends on the level and how much time you have. Like maybe you can have him like having to like flares and jump into the water holding flares. So like all that smoke. Like how's that going to animate? You know, the level of difficulty is up to you. But I always advise to keep it simple first, and then go into something a little bit more complicated. And yeah, this is the diving on board, guys. So be on the lookout for more videos. I'm gonna be streaming again on Thursday. We're gonna do the first walk cycle, and yeah, we're getting all the classes are on the Pedro Ang channel on YouTube. Check me on X if you need any questions, and happy animating. This has been the Animation Dojo episode 5, the diver and board. So it's really good to have you here, guys, and be on the lookout for the next videos, and subscribe and like and spread the word. Right, guys. Nothing but love.